Guys, so I am joining you today for a little sneak preview. I was able to find a leak out there on Black Friday sales at Harbor Freight. This is an official flyer that was leaked as a Black Friday sale. So if you're an inside track member, you're gonna get them a little bit earlier. You're gonna get them on the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th. If you are not, everybody else, you're gonna have the 28th, 29th, 30th, December 1st, as well as December 2nd. I'm going to be covering basically just kind of stuff related to outdoors, tools that might be necessary, generators, off-road stuff for your truck, anything else. I will put the flyer kind of screen recorded at the end so you can check that out. Up first, we're going to have this Predator 5,000 watt dual super quiet inverter generator. At 5,000 watts, that is a ton of power. It's probably more than I need. I think, there's a generator over here that I'm about to talk about soon. That's a 3,600 watt one, and I would consider that one pretty massive. So 5,000 watt is great for an RV. It's great for home backup, especially as we get into the cooler months here. We do also have some even larger ones on this next page. This one is going to be what looks like a 9,500 watt. This is that super quiet generator. This 9,500 watt one right here is going to be $1,799. So $1,800 for 9,500 watt. That is wild right there. So we also do have this 3,500 watt one. Again, another Predator one. That is going to be $599, so we're going to get $200 off. The last one was $500 off, so that's going to be the biggest savings there. On the other one, the $200 off, that is going to be a pretty good savings there as well. So also this Badland 3-ton off-road jack. Now I have some Badland stuff. I do think they're very underrated. I do really like their stuff. I think this is probably a pretty great buy. I checked these out in person. Well, I do have another jack from Harbor Freight. It actually gets hung up on, even if the concrete's a little off center. It's kind of knobbier, off-road wheels. Definitely would be helpful, especially around the house. Especially if you bring this while you're off-roading as well. You're gonna be able to go over bumps and stuff like that. This one's gonna be 70% off. So, $249, 70% off on Black Friday. Have a lift height of 6 1/4 inches up to about 29 1/16 inches. Unless you're running 40s, something like that, you're probably going to be able to use this. I know this would work on my full-size pickup. Unless you have, some kind of wildly lifted truck, this will probably work out for you. If you don't need to be able to wheel it around, if you're just working on your truck at home, we do have these heavy duty, the 3-ton ratcheting jack stands. These are only going to be $24.99. You're going to get this for $25 and it's a 3-ton jack. So, check the weight of your truck and make sure, but this is probably going to work for a lot of different ones. Comes in 7 different colors. This is Daytona. This is going to have a lift height of 11 3/8 inches to 16 7/8 inches. So it's not going to be able to cover as much clearance as the Badland one. For most people, I think this will probably work out for you. So up next, we do have this Viking 1000 peak amp lithium ion jump starter and power bank. $59.99. That's $40 off there. I have a couple similar ones to this. I haven't used this one myself, but I have seen it in person. Most of mine are around 100 to 150, so that is a really good deal. And it actually does have some okay ratings on here. So it might be worth a shot to try it out. For 60 bucks, we're talking $40 off of the original one. The one I have is 150 bucks, so we're talking $90 cheaper than that one. That could be a good purchase for you. The big one for me is going to be like my bike rack. I need to move that around on a dolly. So this dolly here, this 30-inch by 18-inch, 1,000-pound capacity one, 27% off. It's only going to be, $13. It's really not that expensive originally. I bought it at full price, around 18 bucks. And I have one up in my garage, and I may even have another one, but this is actually how I used to move my rooftop tent and put it on and take it off my truck. It does have a lot of uses for moving things around, especially if you need to take a rooftop tent off, anything heavy that's gonna go with you while you're camping, or in your backyard, you just need to move stuff around. This is a really great option. 27% off, which is great, but it's already not that expensive, so it's not something you have to absolutely hop on right now. So up next, if you do your own wrenching on your truck, definitely get yourself a torque wrench. We've got a 1/4 inch drive, we've got a 3/8 inch drive, and a 1/2 inch drive here for $12, so 36% off. Pretty much everything that I've installed on my truck has some sort of torque specs on it. And if you're going to be doing anything, especially like, let's say my seat jackers underneath my truck, where I keep my this thing, other stuff underneath on a molly panel, that has to be torqued down, because that is going to be, you know, if you get in a wreck or something like that, you want it torqued down to spec. If you've got a roof rack on there, you want to make sure you torque that down to spec. Bumpers, anything like that, torque it down to spec. I would go ahead and check this out here. We're talking 12 bucks for that. I think I paid $60 for mine, but I'll have to look in person and see exactly how much foot-pounds you could do on these. If that is foot-pounds and you can get a decent foot-pound on that torque wrench, then I would say I would definitely go for this one. Now, what I've been looking at for a while here, this cordless, this is a 20 volt Bauer. Now, I hadn't looked at Bauer in the past, but I've been looking more and more at them as I've seen a lot of comparisons of Bauer to other, you know, especially this impact wrench kit. I don't use impact wrenches a ton, but I will say $120, you know, 30 bucks off, I might be willing to give it a shot, although I just don't have a ton of other Bauer stuff right now. So if you do have Bauer and you have that kind of same battery system across the board, then maybe take a look at this. We're talking about a 1/2 inch high torque impact wrench kit. So if you need an impact wrench, this might be the time to get it, because this is probably going to be the cheapest it is going to be. $30 off. I'd say it's a pretty good deal. So if you do want to look at these in-store deals, they do have some here. We've got 40% off of Braun lights. I've never used their lights. I don't know much about them, but you can check out some reviews and check it out. This is an in-store deal. There is another in-store deal for the Icon socket sets. That's going to be 40% off of the socket sets, all of them. 40% off of the Braun lights. So the last one on this first page is going to be this 30-inch 5-drawer mechanics cart. Now, I'm actually looking at this exact same one. You know, this one is purple. It looks like I'm not going to get it in that color. They do have 9 different colors. I'm actually looking at this exact same one right now, and I may end up getting that. When these deals do come up, this is going to be a really great option, and I do think I will probably end up getting this exact same one. This is going to be, you know, 30-inch 5-drawer. This is going to have 15,000 cubic inches of storage in there. This will probably fit about 70% of my tools. I did see this on their parking lot sale just recently, and I really liked it, but this is an even better deal, so I am excited about this. If you have tools for, you know, working on your rig, assembling bikes, assembling, you know, stuff in your backyard, I think this is a great option. So another thing I want to note on this page is that they do have a liquidation sale. Now this one is going to be kind of different depending on where you live. It's going to be, you know, 78% off of open box as is discontinued and closeout items. I have bought a lot of open box items from Harbor Freight, but I've never personally bought anything that is electric from there on their open box items. So it does also have 2 storage cabinets here. So this is going to be tool storage. First off, this Yukon one. Now this looks a lot like this table I have here from Husky. This is what I film on, but it's going to have that same top to it, but it is going to be a storage cabinet for your tools. So that one's going to come in 4 different colors here. I'd probably just go with black. It is $299, so it's going to be $50 off. $349 originally, so $300. 46-inch 9-drawer mobile storage cabinet. Not only is it going to be a great workspace on top, it's going to have all your tools right there, do anything you need up there, but also have all that storage underneath. That is going to be kind of the same thing with this Series 3 one. So this one is going to be $400 off. So $1,400 right now. It's going to come in 8 different colors. Anything you're going to need to be, you know, working on your truck, working on your rig, working on, you know, anything around the house that you might need to work on, that's a great option. I mean, we're talking originally $1,800 down to about $1,400. Really great. It is 29,700 cubic inches of storage. Ton of storage on this one, way overkill for what I need. But, you know, maybe you can grow into it, or if you're somebody that does have a lot of tools, this might be a really great option for you. All right, so I'm just going to highlight a few other ones on here. We've got this Master Technicians tool set. There's going to be 428 pieces for around $300, so $100 off. I'll go ahead and show you guys in person what this is going to look like, because while the sale is not going on right now, I do have a Harbor Freight right down the street from me. After that, we have another tool set. This is going to be one with an actual box to it. So that last one, that Quinn, is going to be you know, a kit without a box. We've got this mechanics tool set, $40 off. This is a 225 piece. Right next to that, we have this tool set with 130 pieces for 30 bucks. Now we're looking at, it looks like pliers in there, some sockets, but we do have two pretty big tool sets here on sale right now. Another one I kind of want to highlight here, this mechanics tool set. This is a 301 piece one, $30 off, 170 bucks right now. Really great deal. However, I do think if we're talking about the best bang for the buck, I think that mechanics tool set that's a 225 piece, probably going to be the best bet for most people. You're talking $40 off, $99 for about 225 pieces. I think that's a really great deal. And you do have a box. For those of you guys that don't have giant toolboxes, I think this might be the best bet. Pressure washer, if you are looking for a pressure washer to keep your truck, you know, kind of looking clean, maybe take a look at that. About 65 bucks off of $90. Pretty good deal there. So over here on the third page, we do have some more jacks. We've got this 1.5 ton jack. If you have like a little ATV or something like that, 97, 98 bucks off of 135. That's a pretty good deal there. So we did look at those 3 ton ones. They do have the 6 ton one here, 6 colors of those, 50 bucks off of 80. Really good deal on that one as well. Another 3 ton jack, the Pittsburgh one. I'm pretty sure this is the one, the exact one that I have. We're talking $70 off there. That is a steal of a deal. I probably paid about 160 bucks for it, so you're getting it, you know, $70 off. What a great deal on that one. Down here at the bottom, we have this plier set with the comfort grip. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same one that I have. You know, $15 off of 20, 25% off. It's not that expensive to start off with, but you're gonna save, you know, some okay money here, about $5. Definitely check this out if you need a set of pliers, or even throw it in your truck as a backup if you're gonna be off-roading or camping and you need to fix anything. I always like to have backup toolkits. That's why I have toolkits in here as well as toolkits in my truck. That way I'm always prepared. Big deals for me on this page are gonna be the Badland winches. Now, I just got my bumper just recently, and I am looking for a winch right now, and I'm actually looking at this bottom winch here. This is the Badland 12,000 pound. It is synthetic. Now this is gonna be $120 off. This is originally $600. Kinda was keeping me from buying it because at that price point, even though it is just as good as a Smittybilt, it's actually about the same price as the Smittybilt at that price. So $479, you're getting a synthetic winch with a pretty good pedigree, and it's 12,000 pounds, so my Tundra will be fine with this. Now, if you do want to save a little bit of money, you can go with this $250 one. That's going to be $100 off. It is the same weight capacity, the same brand. This is going to be a non-synthetic line. You know, I just don't like the steel cable thing. If you do, you don't mind that, definitely save a lot of money. $250 for a 12,000 pound winch is just unheard of, so this is a really great deal. However, I think the synthetic one is just the way to go. If you got a little bit more money, that is probably the one I would go with. We also, up in the corner, I'm not sure if you can see this, it is a little bit dark, but we do have this SAE and Metrics hex key set. Now, I love these. They're only, you know, $6 something originally, and now they're, you know, 29% off, which is realistically only like a buck or two. But I really love these, and if you're already in there purchasing stuff and you want to save, you know, a buck or two here and there, you get this 3-piece set for about $5, you know, $4.96. So you're talking SAE, Metric, and Star. So pretty much everything you would need. My roof rack, that is all on hex key. I definitely keep stuff like this in my car all the time. At this price, you could get one for your car, you know, one for your garage, and one for your house. All right, we are now on the final page here. A lot of this is going to be kind of drill stuff. So if you do already have the Hercules, or if you have the Bauer, there's going to be a ton of great stuff for you here. So let's say you have the Bauer, you need the drills, you need the, you know, sanding kit or the rotary tool. I built a lot of stuff on my 4Runner, and when I did that, I was using that rotary tool all the time. The sanding, the palm sander, we're talking 30% off of that rotary tool. It's going to be a 40-piece set, $16, so 57% off on this palm sander. I am going to buy that. because I do need to do some sanding over here. Can't find my other sander in the move, so I'm gonna buy one of these. It's gonna be 57% off, so unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to wait for that timeline. I need that right away, so I'm gonna pay full price here, but you can save a lot of money if you can just wait till this sale starts. After that, you're gonna have the 20 volt 2-tool cordless set, so these are gonna be drills, $16 off. Not an amazing deal. You know, it's originally $100 and now it's gonna be 83, 84 bucks. You know, not a huge savings there, but if you're kind of adding all this up and you're kind of buying into that whole ecosystem, this is a really great time to do that, as you're gonna have a lot of savings across the board. Next up is gonna be this Apache 9800 waterproof rifle case. So you don't have to use this for a rifle. I know a lot of people who have put this up on their roof rack or just throw it in the back of their truck, and you can store, you know, lower flat things. I have a lot of stuff that are kind of narrow and flat. Could keep a rifle in it if you wanted to. Whatever storage you might find in this Apache 9800 is going to be $50 off. So originally 150 bucks down to 99. I love the Apache cases. I think that Apache is putting out some really great storage for, you know, the outdoors, keeping stuff safe. You know, I have it for my drone over there, for my camera stuff. I love the Apache stuff. I don't know what the sales are going to be on their other Apache stuff during this time, but specifically the 9800, that is going to be $50 off during this sale. Really great deal. Definitely check that out. Now, if you've been paying attention, there are some other things on here that you can definitely check out that I didn't cover. They're not really related to the channel 100%, so I don't want to focus too much on it and kind of veer away from the channel, but I will put all of this at the end. Go ahead and check out some of these deals. So that being said, like this video if you like this video, subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and you can go ahead and check out all of the rest of the stuff starting right now.